Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today with another doll unboxing. Today we have got the rare Holiday Barbie 2025. This is the Diva Midge sculpt from the 80s that is getting used for the first time in a while since we got the BMR Diva. So she looks really cute. And for some reason, she's still available. And I'm recording this in September when she was released back in, I want to say it was June or early July. So usually the redheads, which are the rare ones, usually are Walmart exclusive and Mattel Creations exclusives. Usually they sell out first. People did not seem to jive with her, which I'm kind of disappointed in because I think she's super cute. So let's take a look at the box. This is the only Holiday Barbie I've picked up at full price because I love a redhead. So we're going to take a look at her and let's take a look at the box. So as we can see, we have got all 5 of the dolls here on the back. Of course, your standard Millie. You've got I want to say she was, not Teresa, she's not Caraval. I can't remember who she is. I want to say June, but I think I'm wrong. And then we have Brooklyn, and we have a Kira. So they all look pretty good. The dress is a little bit kind of all over the place. It's fine. It's just a little all over the place for me. But we are going to do a little bit of DIY tailoring on this dress to see if we can't bring it to a better look. So we've got her UPC right here in case you are looking for her. Walmart is probably going to be your only option, but you might luck out. We did wind up seeing Odile show up at secondary retailers like Ross and Marshalls and Home Goods the year after she came out. But I don't know. So it just kind of depends. So we'll see. I would love for that to happen because I would definitely pick up another one of these. So we've got her inner skirt fluffer. Instead of petticoats, this is what they give us now. And then we can take these out. Oh, I should mention full retail on these dolls is like $55 before shipping, which is a little crazy now, but you know, it was that or get sold out on this one because I wasn't really going to find her on clearance anywhere eventually, like I will with the others. But let's get her out. I say. So we've got that, and then we got this, which did not clip all the way through. And then, let's see. So we've got our handy dandy seam ripper to try and get this hair free. I am not a fan of the sewn back hair that seems to be plaguing the doll world. And we've got her free. So here she is. Here's the close-up of the face. She's not super pixelated. She does have freckles. And she looks really cute. Like, yes, she's got box hair. We've all just kind of gotten past that collectively, haven't we? We know she's going to have some box hair. She's going to get a brush out here in a minute, and I am going to fix her. But yes, straight out of the box, she doesn't really look that bad. Like, yes, it's not perfect, but she looks pretty good. And we've got our stand, which, because I'm having to record these from top-down angle right now in my new filming area, which is doubling as my desk also, y'all don't need to see her on the stand. So she's got the certificate. They do have the serial numbers for the actual item here down on the bottoms. So you can kind of tell them apart. It's not just any one. But she looks really cute. So no necklace, just the earrings. She does have some gold eyeshadow, which I think is really cute. And she's got blue eyes, of course. And she does also have some fun shoes. These shoes are going to, of course, be for your originals and your petites, not your talls. But for now, she looks really cute. So give me just a second. I'm going to brush her hair. Okay, now that we've got her hair all brushed out, she looks much better. The curls are nice and soft, and her hair is pretty decent quality. So she looks really good, I think, in my opinion. Now, let's talk about her skin tone. I, for some reason, thought she was going to match Millie, like volleyball player Millie. I was very wrong. She's paler. So I think our best match may actually be either Heidi from the Looks Metallic line, even though she's a little bit darker, or maybe, just maybe, our tall girl. And honestly, she might be a little light, or she might be a little bit lighter than even her. So we may have to go volleyball player, which kind of sucks because I don't have one on hand right now. I'd have to go to my storage unit and grab my donor body bag to put her on one. But I did want to kind of show you guys, because for a while there, I was convinced she was going to be Alex Morgan, and she is not. She is paler. So all three of these are bad matches. Not horrible matches, except for maybe Alex is a little too tan. But Heidi, I think, will be the doll that she's going to go on for now. But yeah. I don't know why in my head I just assumed she was a Millie match. But, you know, that's kind of just what you get sometimes. But she's really cute. Again, this is the 1985 sculpt for Midge, or Diva, as she is called. This is the Happy Family Midge. This is Wedding Day Midge. You know, it just kind of is what it is. So, of course, we've got our lovely Model Muse body. Very cute heels. They do have a little bit of spikes on the back, if you guys can see those. And they do match her pearl gold earrings, which these are very easily removable. So that's lovely. We don't have to worry about those not coming off right. The inside of the dress, I've seen worse. But this front, it's an affront to fashion. I cannot with this bow. If it had been back here, that'd been fine. But it's right here on the chest, and I think that's just obscene. So we are going to actually seam rip this off, because these are not structural seams. They are purely decorative. So we can just go through, of course, away from the main fabric of the bodice, and just try our best to get the edge of our seam ripper in there and take this off. being careful to not get too eager because there's a lot of seams holding, there's a lot of stitches holding this on. I thought it would be like 1 or 2. It is a bunch. So they really said this is structural, you can't move it. And I'm like, no, it's not. Give me back my pretty dress. So without the bow, it already looks 10 times better. What we want to do though is maybe stitch down this tulle. So we want to just kind of take this tulle and roll it over the top hem and do a couple of basting stitches and just stitch it right over the top to where it comes down like that. Now I have to go grab a thread that'll match this, which I'm hoping I have a basic white thread somewhere around here, but I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I do have some gold thread that matches pretty well, and I'm just going to come in from the back, which this may kind of interfere with the straps, so I am going to just snip them because they deteriorate over time anyway. As anyone who's opened up a doll from like the 90s knows, that these do not hold up. So we're just gonna pop them back off. And we are going to do a couple of stitches up through the back. So again, what you want to do really is not stress it to where it is kind of pulling at the fabric. You just want to do a little bit, and I'm using a really big needle right now, I apologize. I wouldn't normally use this big of a needle, but it's just kind of the needle that I had sitting around, and we're just gonna do a stitch here real close just to hold it down, and then a stitch right here, and then right near it again, just to kind of hold them down in place. Now you could even kind of change this into almost a sweetheart if you felt like it. We're just going to try to spread out this ruffle just a little bit. And again, up through the back. Okay. And then down right close to it. And then our last one that we're going to do is again right over here. Again, you want to secure it from the front and the back. And get that stitch back into the back, kind of as close as you can get it. And then we're going to go through the thread. And then again through it. First to kind of get as close as we can get to a little knot. And I did not get that pulled in as far as I thought I did. But that's okay. That's what happens sometimes when you use too much thread. but I always like to use a little bit more thread than I think I'm gonna need, just because it's always easier to cut off a tail. And now we're gonna just tie this again. Just like this. And because we don't care really what it looks like on that side. And then again, we've got a nice, easy front bodice. Again. Okay. So, just like this, we are doing good. And we're going to put it back on her so I can show you guys kind of what it looks like now before she goes on to the other body. And just like that. And she looks a lot better with just like that. And that was like, we secured that in 4 spots. So once there, and there. And it's not super noticeable. And again, it looks better. So that is a quick little hack. Now you also have a bow you could stick in her hair if you want to make her a true 80s queen. Or you could do really whatever else you wanted to do with that. I'm going to take this dress off for now, set it to the side, and we are going to take our shoes off. And we are going to take our earrings off because we can. And if you can take earrings off before you try to take the head off, that is a better option. Now, I don't always heat the heads before I try to remove them. You should if you are scared of breaking neck pegs, but I am a little bit on some of the neck pegs. Like, I like a Model Muse body, but I don't really store most of my dolls on a Model Muse body. And I find that once you can squish the head, it's about as soft as it's gonna get. But I do like to widen the head by shoving it down to the shoulders, just to make it a little bit easier to take off like that. In case you ask, nobody ever does. People are worried when I dismember dolls on the channel, but that's okay. And again, we're gonna put her on this one, who I lovingly refer to as Daphne from Scooby-Doo, because those purple boots are amazing. And we are going to make one red head into another. Even though she is not a perfect match, we are going to hope that she is just kind of better about wearing sunscreen on her face. So, and then on this body, I'm actually going to trim this peg off so it's a little bit easier to take her off when I do want to. Well, actually, I don't know. She's a pretty good match, really, once she's on here. Like, I feel like her face may actually be a different color from her. So that's not bad, honestly, like that. So now we can put our earrings back in if we want to. The holes don't close up, but if you boil the head after you've taken the earrings off, it will be harder to put your earrings back in. That is a little FYI because it will cause the plastic to shrink up a little bit, which is ironic because we're using it to remove the doll head, making it looser, but it does kind of restore it to a factory setting. So we put that back on and it fits all right until I looked at the back and realized it was not closed on the bottom. But again, this is a regular body, so, but they are just a little bit thicker in the torso when it comes to Made to Move. And then we can put our shoes back on. And obviously these are slides that are not designed to really stay on that well. That's why they had elastics on. So if you want to keep her in this outfit, I would recommend redoing the elastics on her shoes because those both fell right off. So she looks really cute, and I'm glad that I put her on this body actually. So there is the option to kind of just stick this right back here on the back. Again, it would be a couple of stitches to do if you wanted to do that. You could also sew it to a ribbon and make it like a bow in her hair, which I think would actually be kind of cute now that I look at her. And much more present vibe than just right here under the boobs. So, very cute. So maybe I'll do that, maybe I won't, I don't know. My crafting supplies are largely in storage right now with the rest of my doll stuff. So I kind of have my bare bones set up right now, which unfortunately means my rickety light might be giving out on me. I'm sorry if you guys can see the flickering, but the doll's pretty good. Like, I mean, yeah, she's a $55 doll. So not cheap for a box that might be AI and, you know, a dress that honestly was improved by my DIY skills, which are not great. So, but she looks really cute. I like this doll. I like a Diva sculpt. And the people that like her like her. So I think that's what matters, really. So we've got our holiday doll for this year. This is who she is, and I'm happy with her. So if you guys have questions on her, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like. And as always, follow along for some more fun unboxings. All right, y'all, be good. Bye. I did want to show you guys that I did wind up making a bow. I just stitched a little elastic together and then sewed the bow on top of it. And just kind of big enough just to go around the back of her head. And it just kind of stays there. So it took me maybe like 5 minutes to do that. And this way I can still have a little bit of that holiday spirit without the dress looking atrocious. So use this if you feel like copying it. If not, I like the way she looks. She's given a little bit more 80s vibes. I might actually shorten the skirt and give her a petticoat underneath to make it just a little bit more fun. Just because this dress is just a lot of gold brocade. So, just thought I'd show you guys. All right, this time, really, be good. Bye.